Hey gang, welcome back to the channel, and I'm excited to start your week off with some Thanos. Thanos used to be all the hotness, used to be the most powerful thing you could do, and then he's kind of fallen off. But lately, we've seen a little bit of resurgence over the weekend. We kind of saw two decks starting to be played quite a bit that are just really strong. So I'm going to share both of those with y'all today with some Conquest footage. I did go back-to-back 2 Infinity tickets, one with each of the decks. I'd been kind of hoarding my golden tickets. I was like, hey, it's time to finally jump in there. And yeah, I've actually been undefeated with the deck that you see on screen. So let's talk about this one here, because I believe between the two decks, this one, at least for me personally, I think is stronger. It's performing a little bit well, a little bit better for me. So for those that don't know, over this weekend, there was the 128 Snap Battle Arena that was won by WWLOS, who is now going by W. And this is his deck here. So we're going to kind of talk about it because there are some key things to note. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. You got Psylocke. I can hands down say I have never played a deck that felt better to have Psylocke in it. So basically, what you're trying to do here is your play line is to play Professor X on turn 4, Spider-Man on turn 5, and then Claw on turn 6. That's kind of the, you play your Professor X. If you need a few more points, you can play Claw, and then the Spider-Man on the turn in between doesn't allow them to play, where you want. And it's just kind of like, it's easy money, right? You do have the inclusion of Luke Cage, who at the time of looking at that, I was like, this will probably be a card I cut for something else. This has won me so many games. A high Evo is still around, but there's a lot of locations that just give you -2 power, -3 power, and this can really swing it. This also protects you from the other Thanos decks or other decks in general that are running Valkyrie, which is a big deal. We've got Jeff to kind of help you sneak in more power into your Professor X lane if you need it. The next card is Cosmo. I know some people may want to change this out for something else. I don't like not having Cosmo because there are some matchups where people are just throwing out the Hail Marys, whether it's a Hela or an on-reveal Wong deck. I like Cosmo. You'll see in the footage against the Silver Surfer deck, it would shut them down at times. And all around, just a good solid tech card to have. Shang-Chi, no reason to even talk about it. Now, Iron Lad seems like it'd be a little bit weird here. I don't find myself playing Iron Lad a whole lot because on turn 4, if everything has went right, you are playing one of your 5-drops. There's a lot of 5-drops in this deck, so you're wanting to play those on turn 4 by using Psylocke or the Time Stone. But in games where that doesn't happen, you can play him, or you can play him and Jeff on turn 6. He does have some good hits. You have Blue Marvel, who is, sometimes can sneak you the extra little bit of power that you need. It's also a good Iron Lad hit. Devil Dinosaur, I feel like every Thanos deck probably needs to have a Devil Dinosaur because he's just a huge stat stick for not really doing anything. The stones allow you to keep your hand full and that sort of thing. So the star is Professor X. He's such a star, I need to get a better variant on him. But basically, like I said, you're not time stoning or Psylocking until turn 3, and then you're trying to play Professor X. I do recommend that you play him where you think, they're not going to play, because yes, you do have Claw and Jeff and Blue Marvel and all these other things to cheat some more power in there. But you don't want to have to do that, because doing that may cause you to lose one of your other lanes. If you have to drop Claw, well, you may lose the lane that you put Claw in because he's only a 5/4. So you want to kind of put him somewhere where you don't think that they're going to play or already don't have a bunch of power. But also keep in note, if you play him in the far left lane, you are not going to have the option to be able to Claw him, right? Because Claw only works to the right. Speaking of Claw, like I said, he helps you cheat power into your Professor X lane when you need it. Again, like I said, the play line is to play your 5-drop Professor X on turn 4 into Spider-Man and then into Claw, and then ultimately win your 2 lanes that are locked out. There he is, Spider-Man. It's another card I need to get a good split on. But Spider-Man just does so much work for you. He can win a lane outright, especially if you're going to play him into a location that's moving your cards out on turn 5, or into a location where they can't play on the following turn. It's just another great tool. Between Professor X and Spider-Man, you really are constantly shutting out your opponent, especially decks like Bounce that are wanting to play all the different locations. You shut down a 1, more importantly 2 locations, you're really, really limiting their power. And then ultimately, you do have Thanos. He's really here for the stones, but there are times that it's just good to drop a 6/10, right? Sometimes just dropping him into your Spider-Man lane is more than plenty. So this is the deck that I'm going to show the game highlights from, but I also want to show you another deck in case maybe this is more of your flavor. KM Best showcased this one. I believe he said that the creator was AniOmalY, and this one's trying to do kind of the same principle. Is wanting to time stone on turn 3 into one of your 5 drops, Professor X, and then Spider-Man, and then ultimately win out of lane. You do have a few other things here like Spider-Ham. I kind of want to put Spider-Ham in the other deck. I don't know what I'm going to cut just yet. You have a Green Goblin, you have a Shadow King, a Polaris, just these decent 3 drops. You have a lot of the same 5 drops. The only difference being that you do have Valkyrie instead of Claw. The issue is so many times Valkyrie can win you a lane if you didn't have priority. And a lot of times, especially if you're playing against Bounce or just, heck, most of your games in general, a lot of times you're gonna have that priority going into the final turn. So I think KMBS even said he thinks that there is some more refinement. This deck is good, it is strong. I have done very well with it, but me personally, I feel like I have not had to play as hard with W's deck, or maybe it's got a slight edge over this one. It's a little bit stronger. Something I do want to note here. So usually if I have a Time Stone Psylocke and then Professor X, I snap. But something to be careful of, if you're playing against an opponent inside of Conquest and you know that they do have Mr. Spider-Ham, it can be a little bit harder to snap, and maybe you want to hold your snaps, because ultimately, if you have a 5-drop in your hand, that's what it's going to hit. If you don't have Thanos to protect. So a lot of times, just because you have all the elements that you need to win that match, you've got the Time Stone into Professor X and Spider-Man, Spider-Ham's probably going to ruin your day. So if you know they're running it, you may be a little bit more hesitant to snap. There have been times where I snapped and ultimately got my plan completely ruined. And if they're bounced, there's a good chance they're going to hit multiple of your 5s that you want to play. So anyways, that's the deck talk. I'm super pumped about playing Thanos again. I really love Thanos. I think you do have to think a little bit more, and that's something I really enjoy. This deck here, you're about to see it all over the place. If you haven't already, I'm already seeing it all over the place. I've been seeing the Return of the Mac, as KM Best named it, deck already all over the place over the weekend. These decks are strong, like I said. Back-to-back Infinity tickets, 6-0 run between the 2 decks. It's just awesome. It really is. This is a fun, strong deck. I will say I like playing the deck. I don't like playing against the deck, right? It is what it is. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoy the video and the gameplay footage. I know these Conquest videos are longer, 20 minutes at the minimum. So anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're not already, and maybe give this a whirl as you start your week. Because if you don't, I promise you, your opponent is. And also, just want to congratulate W again on the big win. That's a huge accomplishment. Back when MMR for us that were in bot hell, W was one of those players that I played against all the time. We used to go back and forth. I didn't know who he was, and then found out, oh, he's this guy that's actually really good at creating decks and playing those decks. And so if you don't follow him already, he does stream a little bit, and he does have a Twitter. And yeah, just go check him out. Really great guy, and just want to congratulate him again. That's awesome on the 128-man Snap Battle Arena win. All right, y'all. Hey, cannot pronounce that. All right, so well, we got some stuff on curve. Oh, so the white hot room, when it pops up, it's huge. Like if you fill it up on turn 4. Okay, so we got us what uh-oh. I guess we just abandon it, to be honest. I think we abandon it because I don't have stones. But yeah, I mean, if you fill it on turn 4, you're basically getting 6 extra mana. Oh no, no.
Wind, aid my hand.
We can claw this though, so that's actually really good. We have Spider-Man, so we're just gonna Spider-Man the Bifrost. Yeah. Victory. Well, we had a plan there. It's just gonna end up being a little bit different. When this all moved over, we're just gonna Spider-Man the Bifrost, and wasn't a whole lot you could do. So he does have Goose. Maybe a little bit of a problem. All right, we got Spider-Man. We do have to remember he's also running Killmonger. Let's see what he's running. Or let's see what spot 2 is. Oh, I hope that wasn't Brood. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I want to just be locked out. Punished. Punished is what that was. So, Shuri's lab is his. That's all right. We do have a Cosmo. Kind of wish I would have played into the middle now. We'll probably be retreating this. Because if he drops a basically a 12 powered Brood here, kind of dead, or if he Juggernauts. It's probably a good spot for him to be snapping. I would assume he's got something good. Something good. Well, that's not it. One, two, three, four, five. What stone am I missing? The space stone? Can we get the space stone one time? Space stone and we win. Well, I say we win. Oh, we can play. Well, that's probably a Killmonger. So this goes up to 9. Yeah, I think we're pretty got here. He should have been snapping. You gotta snap that, man. Longer this goes out, I'm probably gonna be able to slowly edge these cubes away if you're not snapping these good games for you. All right, I think we don't want that. I don't want to already be restricted by a Goose and a Big House. Okay. So we just want stats. I think we played Cosmo. I hate the Great Web so much. Well, there went Cosmo. Could we get it? This is two not so great in a row. Well, we're dropping. I think we have to drop Devil here. Professor X is not gonna get us there, especially if they're playing here this turn. Oh. Well, this protects our stones. This goes up to 8. Man, I can't. This is 17. I can't afford to do this. I go to 16. You know, it's not always about what you got. It's about what you could got. Right? Guys, as always, I highly recommend that you always retreat later if you're retreating. Because I was gonna have to retreat that, I think. He may not, I guess he didn't have Silver Surfer, but all right. We are not time stoning. You only time stone or Psylocke on turn 3. Since he's running Killmonger and we have Sogging Time Stone, I'm not too concerned. These are not great. Now we're back in business a little bit, actually. We want Professor X here. We want a Professor X Jotunheim. We're just gonna do this. Oh. Okay. Dang, I wish that was the opposite, but that's all right. This keeps him from being able to as long as I hold priority, he can't Silver Surfer here at least. I have priority. I'm going for it. Maybe he plays Silver Surfer into the right. I'm not going for 8 here, but we're going for it. He did not. Uh-oh. He loses. Luke Cage coming in clutch. Because we were tied. When I first looked at this list, I really thought Luke Cage is cuttable. And maybe he is one of the cuttable ones, but he has really helped out, especially against decks that are trying to run Valkyrie. So again, we are not playing. You don't play Psylocke or Time Stone until turn 3. So this is interesting. Let's do it for now. Hopefully he doesn't have Brood in hand. So he's got, to me, doing this means he's got Sarah in hand. My issue with that is Strange Academy is still gonna move stuff here. Yeah. Okay. I wish we had Spider-Man so bad here. We could hit Spider-Man one time. Or we could hit the Time Stone, it's fine. Oh, we're not gonna draw now. See where all this crap goes. So we have priority here. The Soul Stone is going to take him down to 5, and then I win by 1. There's nothing he can do because his Killmonger can't go off. His Silver Surfer can't go off. I guess I shouldn't have Boomer snapped. Was it going to be 4 regardless? No, I guess it would have still been. I wanted to end the game there, but whatever. I guess I shouldn't have. I guess it's the same either way. All right, we're always playing the Soul Stone here because we want the card draw. I have not gotten to do my my combo one time this game. I haven't gotten to play the Time Stone or Psylocke into Professor X, Spider-Man, and then, you know, Claw or whatever. I think we have to pass here. He could just rip a Killmonger. Nope.
Wind, aid my hand.
And I can't really get into here. That ain't no good. So he's screwed because I'm about to Spider-Man this. No, I'm just gonna Professor X it. GG. I could have Spider-Man'd it too, but well, there you go. Just dominating. Just dominating. I'm loving this deck so freaking much.